If you're looking to strengthen your immunity during these times, here's a couple things I would recommend. Hey, my name is Szabo, and here's tip number 1. Get rid of excess stress. Look, a little bit of stress and anxiety makes sense, just to give you that little bit of nudge to take precautions that make sense from the virus, right? Such as social distancing, washing your hands maybe a little bit more, etc., etc. Like, let's not be delusional to the problem. There's something going on. There's a pandemic, right? It's global, it's worldwide. So let's do something about it. But here's the problem. If there is a little too much stress, well, then that releases cortisol, releases excess insulin, and there's a bunch of things that are not very good for your immune system, making you actually more susceptible to getting the virus. So I'd recommend have a little bit of anxiety that makes sense, but anything excess, learn relaxation techniques and other methods to get rid of it. Ideally, deal with the root cause so that the anxiety and the stress is not getting triggered in the first place. For this, obviously, I'd recommend memory flipping, as it's the most powerful tool I could ever find to deal with this. If you want to learn more about it, I'm sure there's a link somewhere below so that you can check it out. Number 2, the basics. Make sure you take care of the basics, right? We humans have a tendency to seek the advanced, sexy thing over here. We want this gadget, we want this magic pill, we want this potion to fix our problems, but rarely do those ever work. The basics and stuff that really makes sense is what works, such as taking care of your mindset, releasing stress with, for example, memory flipping. Now, some of the other basics is really diet, exercise, sleep. Right, so make sure you're sleeping well, make sure you're trying to eat as clean as possible, you get at least a bit of exercise in, because those are the basics that will really build up your immune system and make it easy to deal with the virus if you ever come in contact with it, but ideally never get infected in the first place. Alrighty? And number 3, make sure you do the basics that the CDC, etc. is recommending. Social distancing, don't go to parties right now, make sure you wash your hands more, etc. Stuff that makes sense. Make sure you take these precautionary measures, and I believe as long as you do, we'll have a good time, and we'll go past through this in no time with minimal problems, hopefully none. To all of you guys being affected out there, I really send lots of love and empathy. Hope it goes just all right. And remember, this too shall pass. So with that being said, this is Szabo, and see you in the next one.